This program is brought to you by Real Estimate. Get a free real estimate of your home's value today on the realestate.com.au app.
Welcome back. There are more than 2,600 homes scheduled to be auctioned this week. That's down 32% when compared to the same week last year. Sydney will hold about 800. Melbourne, roughly 1,200. Brisbane and Adelaide, about 140 each. And 83 for the ACT. Taking a look at the most viewed properties going to auction this weekend, and in New South Wales, the top property is 90 Brush Road, Wamberal. This Central Coast 6-bedder has 6 bathrooms, parking for 6 cars, huge outdoor living areas, a pool, sits on 1 hectare. The top property in Victoria is 4 Munro Street, Hawthorn East. This 3-bedder has 2 bathrooms, 2 parking spots, a spa bath, and a new renovation. The land size, 241 square metres. Asking price for this home is about $1.8 million. The top property in Queensland is 30 Elderberry Place, Stretton. This newly built 6-bedder has 6 bathrooms and 3 parking spots. It's a massive house with a pool in the paved backyard. There are 550 square metres of internal living areas in this home. The top property in South Australia is 21 Chester Street, Largs Bay. This large family home has 4 beds, 2 baths, 2 parking spots. The land size is 820 square metres, but it sits on an allotment. The top property in WA is 37 Reserve Street, Wembley. This property was built in 1955 and has been renovated. It's got 4 beds, 2 baths and a driveway for parking. Land size is 1,075 square metres. And the most viewed property on the REA Group website this week is 256 Warburton Highway, Wandin North, Victoria. This massive home is about an hour's drive east of the Melbourne CBD. It's got 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, parking for 8 cars. The property's close to the Yarra Valley wine region. It features a massive driveway forecourt which circles a fountain. The land size is 5 acres, which is roughly 2 hectares. The home has a guest cottage, guest's wing, sunroom, gym, home theatre, cellar and study. The gardens have been extensively landscaped. Asking price for this one, $3.4 to $3.7 million. And for more on property, I spoke to Anne Flaherty from REA Group.
Well, I think what we're starting to see is an increase in demand. We know that when the interest rate was cut last month, the day after that on realestate.com.au, we actually saw the most people visit the site in over 3 years. So I think this has given people a bit of a boost in confidence, and I think people are starting to restart that property search, particularly those who had been nervous that we might not see a rate cut this year.
Yeah, how have auction clearance rates been tracking over the past few weeks?
Look, we haven't seen too much of a change in the clearance rate. We're still seeing it hovered around that sort of 55 to 60% level, depending on which state that you look in. It'll be interesting to see if we start to see that clearance rate pick up over the coming months. I think one thing that could keep it down over the next few weeks is the fact that in the lead up to Easter, we tend to see a lot of homes hit the market. We're certainly seeing the number of properties heading to auction pick up over the next few weeks. So there's a lot of choice for buyers, which may impact those clearance rates.
Yeah, obviously we've had one interest rate cut. Looks like a lot of people are now back on the website looking at homes. We may get another one later this year. So it seems like things are really starting to pick up a little bit more.
Definitely, and I think that increase in consumer confidence is really going to flow through into property prices. It was interesting, we'd seen price growth momentum slow down significantly towards the end of last year, and we actually saw price drops at the beginning of the year. But what we saw in February is that those home prices actually rebounded following that interest rate cut. And I think that we know, all else equal, lower interest rates lead to higher prices. But I think it's not just the impact of the interest rate cut itself, but the boost to confidence that this has given a lot of prospective buyers.
All right, one of the problems our economy is facing is housing supply. It's not doing very well. Just explain some of the stats that you've seen recently.
Look, we've been doing a bit of research trying to determine how many homes we need versus how many homes we're building. And unfortunately, for the last 3 years in a row, we've actually seen nowhere close to enough homes built to accommodate what we need for our population growth. Now, this is particularly an issue in WA, where we've seen less than half the number of new homes needed built. In Queensland, around 60% of what was needed was built. Really, the only states where housing supply is meeting demand are actually Tasmania and Canberra. Every other state has seen a massive shortfall in actually the number of homes being built compared to what we really need.
Right, and I guess it's a long-term fix, isn't it? We've really got to get the construction sector moving again and get investors really confident to build big apartment blocks again, really.
That's right, and unfortunately, development conditions are still really challenged, particularly in the apartment market at that more affordable end. We know apartment developments are happening at the moment, but they tend to be for properties valued often upwards of $1 million, so not really meeting the needs of someone who's looking for an affordable entry point to the market.
All right, and we've run out of time. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.